Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the topic. Topic name is CSAT question. This passage was given in UPSC Prelims 2021. This passage is at the heart of agroecology. Is the idea that the agro ecosystem should mimic the biodiversity level and functioning of the natural ecosystem. Such agriculture mimic like their natural model can be productive, pest resistance, nutrients conserving, and resilient to the shock and stresses. Passage says the level of the functioning and natural ecosystem. Such agriculture mimic like their natural model. Means passage want to the natural model of the soil and can be productive. These can be productive or rest resistant, nutrient conserving, and resilient to the shocks and stresses. In ecosystem, there is no waste, and the nutrient are thus recycled indefinitely. Agroecology aims at closing nutrient loops, that is the natural returning all nutrients that come out of the soil back to the soil, such as through application of farm made manure. It is also harness natural process to the culture pest and build soil fertility, that is through intercropping. Agroecology practice include the integrating trees with the livestock and crops. And first option is cover crop. We know that the cover crop is grown for the protection and the enrichment of the soil. In agriculture, cover crops is the plants that there is a planted cover that the soil rather than the purpose of the being harvested. Means cover crop is says related to soil, and soil is he says the passage says the model can be productive and pest resistance, nutrient conserving, and resilient to shocks stresses. Ecosystems such as the no waste. Nutrients are the recycled and indefinitely. Agroecology aims to the closing nutrient loops. These cover crop is related to our passage, and cover crops require to the soil. And these passage says to relate to soil. And second is fertigation. Fertigation means irrigation plus fertilizer equal to fertigation. Irrigation plus fertilizer equal to fertigation. And then fertigation, the application of the fertigation with the irrigation water means which water we have to give. This is the crops, this is the water is irrigation. And fertilizer for the growing crops, this is equal to the fertigation. But this fertigation is not given in the passage. Option third is hydroponics. Hydroponics is the practice of the growing plants for the sand, gravel, and or liquid with the added hydro nutrients without soil. And our passage says only related to soil. This aims at the closing nutrient loops and returning all nutrients that come out of the soil back to the soil. Means our passage says related to soil, and this hydroponics is not related to soil. Because of this process is growing plants are sand, gravels, and liquid with the added nutrients but without soil. Without soil is crop growing here. Means this is not related to passage hydroponics. And option fourth is mixed farming. Mixed farming is the cultivation of the crops along with the rearing animals meat and the milk, like this. Means two three farming meat and eggs and milk and cultivation of crops is two three farming simultaneously do in the farm. This is a mixed farming. Means mixed farming is not saying this our passage. Now mixed farming is saying because of the mixed farming is related to our soil. And this mixed farming is pest this pest resistant because of the we have to use in the mixed farming the milk and cattle's and cattle waste in the farming. That time this is a pest resistance fertilizer, and this is nutrient conserving and resilient to shock stresses. Means this is option 4 also related to our passage mixed farming. And option fifth is polyculture. Polyculture, we know that this is polyculture, the practice of the growing more than one crops in the same space. This is a polyculture. Polyculture says the we can the cultivation the crops say in the same space in 2 3 crops in the simultaneously. This is also polyculture. This is also related to our passage. And sixth is vertical farming. Vertical farming is we know that this is the practice of the growing in the vertical stacked layers, like this in the building or building in the building or like this, or gallery like this. This is vertical farming in the, but without soil, and not on the farm. These are also not related to our passage. Means our option A is 1, 4 or 5. These cover crop also related to the our passage. Fourth option is also mixed farming. These also related to our passage. Option 5 also related to our polyculture. This option 5 also related to our passage. Means option first our answer, and 2, 3, 4 this other is not. 1, 2, 3 and 6 this is no. 4, 6 also not. This vertical farming also not, or 4 also mixed farming. And this is 1, 2, 3. This option first is 1, 4 and 5. 1 cover crops, 4 is mixed farming, and 5 is polyculture. This is related to our passage. Means our option is option A. This is our answer. I hope you understand this video. Thank you for video watching.